What's up, everybody? Welcome to Get Into It. I am Tami Roman, and we have a great show for you today. Later, I will have some encouraging words for you with my Ask Tammy segment. But first, are your friends all up in your business? That's what we're trying to find out. And my dear friend, Yandy Smith-Harris, will be here to join me to talk about my topic of the day. Get out your friend's business, please. And how far is too far when offering advice? We're going to get all off into that in a minute. But first, out the gate, let's do unpopular opinion. Actor Jesse Williams and his ex-wife, Erin Drake Lee, have been ordered, to attend a high conflict parents program. They finalized their divorce last October, but they are still in a custody battle over their two children, Maceo, a boy, and Sadie, a girl. This mandatory course was created to teach parents who have divorced how to use certain resolution tactics so they can get along for the sake of the kids. Now, this got me to thinking about this because I hear people talk about this often, right? Like, can the boy live with his mom and she be able to teach a boy how to be a man? Can the daughter live with her father and he be able to teach a daughter how to be a woman? First, I want to say this. I didn't even know they had a class like this out there, okay? Because I needed to have my ass in it back when I divorced Kenny Anderson. Because what happens is when two people are in a marriage and that ends in divorce, that is not amicable, all right? Sometimes the parents make decisions based on how they feel about the other parent, and the kids suffer the brunt of that. And I think it's amazing that they have finally realized that some of these parents may need some help to learn how to co-parent. Now, let me go back because I said something about my previous marriage, and I don't want y'all running with the wrong information. I was one of those parents who I was raised to want to have both parents in the household. Since I came from a single parent household, it made me realize that when I had children, I wanted the father and the mother to be there together to the end of time. Once I came to the realization that that was not going to be the case, and I had to get on down the highway, I still wanted my daughters to have a relationship with their father. Now, within that, their father was so angry with me that he distanced himself from my daughters. And it created this dynamic that was really unfortunate within our household because my daughters wanted and needed their father. So I'm glad that this class has finally come to realization. Here again, I didn't know anything like this existed, but I do think that there are families out there, broken families, that need to know these tactics that they're offering to help people find resolution and how to deal with each other for the sake of the kids. I'm a big fan of that. Can a man teach a daughter how to be a woman? I know, but you can teach them. You might not be able to teach them how to be a woman, but you can teach them how a man is supposed to treat them. When a father is in his daughter's life, that is their biggest representative of how to identify behavior that they should duplicate or replicate in their interactions with men if the father is showing them a healthy dynamic. When fathers are absent from their daughters, what you set up is abandonment issues and them not having any identifiers of what they should and shouldn't stand for because they have no references. They have no frame of reference. And equally so, with boys who are being raised by their mothers. Being able to show them healthy interaction, healthy communication, a respectful dynamic, that is what they're going to seek out and want in relationships with women. And what we're witnessing in families and relationships today is that they are ending up in broken environments because there are no identifiers for people to latch on to. And so to Jesse and his wife, go to the classes, okay? And learn how to do this for the sake of your children, please. And I commend the system for finally implementing some type of structure to help parents learn how to co-parent. Niecy Nash took to Instagram last week with a special PSA about single people climbing into married folks' DMs.
This is a PSA for those of you who have been disrespectful in the comments or the DMs of someone who is married. I'm going to tell you stop it, and I'm going to tell you why. One, is disrespectful. Two, you end up in a situation where you show up to a place saying, I'm about to play myself.
Listen, let me tell you something right now. Don't nobody want it till you got it. And that's how it is. I understand what Niecy is saying, though. It is disrespectful. And not just married people, but people who are in relationships that because Niecy Nash and I think her name is Jessica Betts, they are very in front and center with their relationship. That those two people are married. There are other people who are dating or in a relationship, and they are very visible, okay, that they are in a relationship or that they're dating. And it is definitely disrespectful to slide up in somebody's DMs that is involved with somebody. And I know somebody out there is sitting saying, so let me get you together real quick on this. Well, they available until they marry. No, TF, they not. If they're in a relationship, okay, then you should allow them the time to be accountable to the relationship that they are in. Because let me tell you what I do know. They're going to let you know when they single, okay? And then you can slide right up in the DMs. Because the way social media is going down right now, everything. People want to put everything out there. They done made people feel like entitled that they should know everything. So let me tell you something. When they get out that relationship, you're going to know when they are single. And then you can slide up in the DMs. But for Niecy and Jessica, leave them people alone. Okay, leave them people alone and let them be happily married together. Do not, under any circumstances, think that type of behavior is okay. Because what I do know is if you were Niecy Nash and somebody was sliding in your wife's DMs, you wouldn't appreciate it, not even a little bit. So you have to remember to step into somebody else's shoes. And would you like to be treated that way? Would you like to be put in that type of situation or circumstance? No. You want people to respect your relationship, then you have to offer reciprocity. And that's all I got to say on that, because Leslie Jones done got something going on, and I got to talk about her. Leslie, okay, something had happened with her. Let me think about what had happened with Leslie, because I'm just trying to think of it off the top. Soulmates, y'all got to forgive me. She was posting, her realness on the gram, and it's only a few of us that do that. But Leslie Jones has said she is tired of ghosting, as a lot of women are. All right. And she posted that people who ghost are cowards. Okay, Leslie. Now, I'm not sure that all people who ghost are cowards, but there may sometimes be a reason to ghost some people. And that's just how it is. Sometimes you got to just disappear and Casper somebody, depending on it. Some people don't know how to just to put out a little hey, and some people don't know how to put a how are you. You get to find that's the end of the conversation. Some people got to come and load you down with all their issues and problems, and some people is stalkers, and some people be doing too much. And so she wasn't specific about who was ghosting and what was really going on. I don't know. Maybe it was a relationship. I don't know what was happening. So without specifics, I'm just saying some people needs to be ghosted. That's all it is. But that's all I got for you now. That's my unpopular opinion. And I'm going to try to get on off into this show because Yandy Smith-Harris is here to talk to me about getting your friends up out your business and how far is too far when you're offering advice as a friend. And that's all coming up next when we come back. My dear friend Yandy Smith-Harris from Love and Hip Hop is going to be here and we're going to get into it. You feel me? It's happening on Fox Soul. Welcome back to Get Into It with Tami Roman. Now, if you want to see more Fox Soul content, please subscribe to their YouTube channel and make sure that you hit that notification bell to get all the best updates on new videos and live shows. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Okay, we need that thumbs up button and tell us how you feel in the comment section. But right now, because, I want to get to it. Okay, I want to get into it. Now, this lady is my shero, and I am so happy to have my friend joining me today. Please welcome actress, producer, beauty mogul, and activist, Love and Hip Hop star, Miss Yandy Smith-Harris.
Hey, girl. How you
How
doing?
are you, Yan?
You know, out here being a mom, trying to make a difference in this world.
Listen, you are doing it. You are like, I look out at you and I go, now how many hours she got? Because I thought we had the same 24. And I feel like I'm lagging.
You gotta stop it because you got 17,000 things going on. I see you every time I cut on my gram. You doing something new, looking fabulous, doing it. So listen, I want to be like you when I grow up. Okay? How's your baby girls?
Oh, they are grown women. You know.
I know, but they will forever be your baby girls.
This is true. But I look out at you and your babies, and I'm like, sometimes I want them to be small again. And then I quickly snap back to my senses.
You might just see a little small foot run behind me and then another one come from this way. One might jump on my head. Yeah. I don't know if you're ready for all that right now. It's a lot.
I take it back. Actually, I don't even want to put it out into the universe.
Exactly. I hear footsteps coming up the stairs right now. I'm like, don't do it. If you see this thing go like this, that's one of them. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's the mommy finger.
They know what that means. They know.
Listen, I wanted to get you here today because, we have a lot of things in common. And I've made several posts and things about friendship and what that means to me and how I don't use the word friend lightly. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I've seen you make some posts that say that as well. So this conversation that I wanted to have with you is about friends and how much we should actually let them get up in our business. Like, are you that type of person that allows your friends to be all up in your business?
So, there are friends for different things. Now, I love my girls, but I know those girls that are always going to say, you need to leave him. You need to make sure because he needs to know better. Yeah. Meanwhile, they single and sad.
Right.
Then I got
those always got advice.
They got the best advice, they think. And they be the most adamant with their advice. They always know what they know, and they be unhappy and miserable. But I love them because they're my friends. They still my
But let me ask you this. Have you ever been caught up in some BS with your friends? Because you allowed them to have an opinion in your situation?
I learned that lesson a long time ago, but it was opposite. One of my friends, I saw her man out, and I said, listen, I'm at this restaurant. Meet me here right now. I see him.
You told it, Yandy.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Quick, fast. But, so whatever, she made it there, big old situation. And I'm like, I was doing my friendly duty because I wanted to make sure I wasn't sitting around letting things go down. He already felt the heat because he saw me. So he knew the type of woman that I am. Oh, she's going to know too. She gets there, big old situation. And I'm like, girl, let's go. I got you. Sat there, cried with her. We figured life out. A month later, guess who's back together? Now, granted, that's what you want to do. That's your business. But then guess who was the most hated by him? I was the friend that wasn't invited to the family barbecues, the cookouts, and everything else because I was the friend that blew it up. So
and
she got.
That's why I minds my business. See, I minds my business. If I had been in that situation and I saw him out, I would want him to see me and feel the pressure of my gaze, okay, and feel intimidated enough that he would think that I would tell my friend, which would convince him to ultimately tell on himself. And then I don't got to get in the middle of it because they going to get back together. It's been proven time and
that's
time.
True. Now, I've had the opposite happen to me where this is back in the days. Me and DC was dating. That's my husband. And one of my girlfriends saw him out at a party. Now she's there, she's talking to him, me and him. What happened? I feel like he might have told me he had to work or he was in the studio. He was at this particular party. So I decided that I was just going. She never called me, never said nothing, saw him there. But she knew that when she asked me what y'all doing, I said, well, when DC's in the studio, I'm looking for something to do. I comes to the party. She's standing there talking to him. She see me walk in and she was like, oh, I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to blow it up. So I'm looking at her all kind of sideways like, you my friend.
Right.
You my friend. Your loyalty lies with me. So because I expect that of my friends, I'll return the favor. But you got one time for me to return that favor and it don't do right by me.
Since you mentioned loyalty, let me ask you this, because I've been in a situation where I have a friend, a very close friend, and then she introduces me to someone new. So now our twosome has become a threesome, so to speak. Now her and the new girl will fall out. What position do I take? Because for me, I feel like, well, if y'all fell out, we fell out. But some people will continue being friends with the new girl, like, well, she didn't do nothing to me. And I'm very big on loyalty. Like, if my friends are in a tight, and this may be the most immature thing to say, because technically the person could not have done anything to me. But if you mad or my friend's mad at you, then we mad at you.
Tammy, I'm immature. I'm immature. Because if my friend don't like you, most likely I'm not gonna like you. If we were friends first and you came out the back and you did something sideways to my friend, I'm gonna feel the way towards you too. You don't have to do nothing to me. Doing something to
because that's a character. I feel like that's a character flaw. Like if you did it to her,
it is.
There's no saving me.
None. Because you're not even a real friend like that. You just met her.
Right. So
I take all the warning signs. I listen well, and I'm definitely gonna have my friends back. If my friend feel like you're not right, most likely you're not right.
You mentioned something earlier where you said your friends be single and unhappy, and they want to always offer advice to you on your marriage and relationship with DC. Do you feel like they're projecting their fears and insecurities on you? Like when they come with so much advice about your situation, could that be a projection issue?
Absolutely. I take it for what it is because I know who it's coming from and I think about the background of what they've been through. And I have to compartmentalize the advice that I get. Like, okay, this came from someone that is a repeat offender of getting cheated on, that has stayed with him time and time again, or this comes from someone that, is used to a man paying for everything, doing everything for them. I have to take everything in a grain of salt with who it's coming from and then be able to make my own decisions about different things. So one of the things that's happening right now, so I'm getting ready to have a vow renewal, right? And we're going all to Dubai to renew.
I heard about it, child. I heard about this Dubai excursion.
I am so excited about this because we didn't get to do it for our 5-year anniversary because Medici was still in a halfway house. So now that he's home and free and clear of everything and can travel overseas, we're like, let's do it. So I have a village that took care of me while he was gone. They took care of me. They helped me with my baby so that I could, be on the television show, produce shows, work. So I felt like I wanted to take this group of my village and I want to pay for their trip. I want to pay for their trip to go out there and I want to pay for their excursions or whatever. And then on his side, he has people that he wants to be there and everything else. And he's like, oh, my boys, they're going to pay for themselves. They won't be there. That's just what it is.
Right.
So now one of our friends are dating. I pay for her. And she was like, well, my man is coming too. So, I paid for you. Well, you need to talk to Mendici about I paid for you.
What?
I paid for you. That's it. So she had advice for me. And the advice was, you need to talk to him because this is something that he should be doing. This is something that he should be doing for his friends. And this is something that you want, right? He needs to make you feel special. He needs to make sure you and all your people are taken care of. And I'm like, girl, you've been with this man for 2.3 seconds. And I'm supposed to ask my husband to come out his pocket and pay for your man to enjoy himself when he's your guest.
No, yeah. Listen, I need to hear more about this, and we're going to do that after the break. You people stay right where you are because we'll be back with more Yandy Smith-Harris. Welcome back to Get Into It with Tami Roman, and I am chatting with the fabulous Yandy Smith-Harris on friends being all up in your business. Mm-hmm. So, Yandy, let me ask you this. Do you have any advice to a friend, okay, like, should they be a good listener? Should you believe, should they pump you up and amp you up to believe in yourself? Do you like those type of friends who are always in your business, but in a way where they're positive?
I mean, I think you need that. I think your friend should definitely be the girls in your corner, bigging you up, making you feel like you got the flyest shoes, your hair looks good, your makeup is great. But then you also need those friends that are honest, that tell you like, sis, get back downstairs, go back to that room and fix that hair, fix that curl on the left.
That's the friend I like. That's the one I like. Yeah. I'm not a person who needs my, for lack of better verbiage, my ego fed, right? Mm-hmm. I know when I'm on point, right? Like, because you feel it, when you're doing well. I need the person who's going to come to me real when I'm not. And sometimes people don't know how to broach that conversation when they want to give that type of advice. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, girl, just say it. You know who I am, because I'm just going to say what's on my mind. So I like people around me who do the same.
Oh, yeah. If somebody's my friend, they're going to know you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that. You don't let me walk out my house with ashy toes. Don't let my ankles be wrong. Don't let my hair be off. Right. This is what you're supposed to do if I call you friend. But then I also want that friend that's just like, girl, you did that. You need those friends. Girl, I got that book. You wrote that book. I was the first one to buy it. Girl, I was there. I want to see my friends in the front row knowing I didn't necessarily give them a ticket all the time.
I was going to say, talk about it, sis, because people feel like when they're your friend, they don't have to support you.
No.
Because they're your friend.
No. See, I'm that friend that I'm going to go. Even if you say, Yandy, I got a ticket for you, I'm going to go and buy 3 more and bring 3 people with me.
Yes.
I'm always going to support someone I call friend. And that's just something that I feel like I do it because I expect it in return as well. And that's just it. But I'm going to be honest with you. When you ain't together, I'm going to tell you you're not together. Get it together, sis. In love. In love.
I've heard you say, when you're a friend, when I call you a friend, and I feel like that friend, you hit it in a way that I need to ask this question. What is the criteria for being Yandy Smith-Harris's friend? Because a lot of people use it lightly, right? Mm-hmm. Like, sis, friend, that's my friend, all this other stuff. What does Yandy really look for in a friend?
So I want honesty. And when I say honesty, I mean someone like what we just discussed. You're going to tell me when I'm wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I'm wrong sometimes in my approach to things. I'm wrong in how I react to things. Sometimes I'm even wrong in how I react in my relationship. I want a friend that's going to say, baby, what you did, that wasn't right. Don't pacify me. Don't make me feel like everything I do is right, because it won't always be. I need a friend that's loyal. Wrong, right, or indifferent, be by my side. Tell me I'm wrong when everybody else ain't around. But when we in the midst of things and in the thick of things, be by my side. There we go.
So what you're saying now, Yandy, now that's like a conflict of interest. Because if you want somebody to stand united front and not pull your coattail when you wrong in front of people.
No.
And do it behind the scenes.
No. If I'm wrong and I'm out in public and I'm publicly wrong, you hold your tongue. When we get back in that house, girl, why would you do that? What were you thinking? I don't want my friend to embarrass me. I want my friend to pull my coat real slightly. Yandy, shut up. Real low. Don't say that. Don't do that, girl. But don't embarrass my friends. They would never try to embarrass me.
Right.
They wouldn't embarrass me. Now they would tell me behind the scenes like, why you do that? That wasn't right. But in the moment, no. Unless it's a comfortable situation. Like if I'm here and I say something crazy to my husband, they be like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's different because that's a comfort space for me. But you and I both, we're on reality television. We got some friends on the show. We got some people that's just all right with us. My friends, you could tell me like, Dag, yeah, that was me. But don't do it in the middle of a scene when I'm in front of the person that might have needed to get checked or needed something to happen in that moment. Tell me when we get back to that hotel room. Tell me when we get off camera. Dag, you got to fix that. You got to go back to her and apologize. But in the moment, I wouldn't want my friend to do that. Now, again, my perspective might be wrong. That might not be popular opinion.
But do your friends, do you compartmentalize your friendships? Like, do you put certain friends in categories and it's like, well, I know I can't tell her nothing, but she's still your friend. Do you do that with your friends?
I do. I got some friends that I will not discuss relationship issues with. I just won't, because they're going to be more upset or even more aggressive with the situation than I would be. And they don't forgive us easily. Hi. You want to say hi?
Yeah, let me see the baby.
This is not even a baby. This is...
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Mendices.
How you doing?
How are you?
Standing over my shoulder looking like, what's she talking about?
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something, Hunty. That car that you just got, I said, Mendices came back and said, don't play with me. Okay?
He came back and said,
this is my boo-boo, so she deserve it.
Yes. I love this. I love this Black love. I'm such a fan of it. And y'all were one of my favorite couples. So to see...
Why were we? Why we not still?
No, I mean, I'm saying like when I watch the show, it's like they're one of my favorite couples. I mean, like that, not were in hindsight or retrospect, but like you're one of my favorite couples. And so from that standpoint, it's just good to see you guys still living and loving each other. Because a lot of people, it falls apart. So you guys are definitely an inspiration for me. I tell you that.
It's not easy. He always says that we're still together because you've been battle tested. And I'm like, who said I wanted to sign up for a battle? I wanted to sign up for a fairy tale.
Love sometimes is a battlefield.
So now, hold on. I got you.
I mean,
I got you. Wait,
you don't always have the perfect picture.
No,
right?
But now after we've been through the battle, I think now he's making my fairy tales come true. I'm getting my Dubai wedding. I got my dream car.
Okay, I'm out of here now. All right.
Wait, Mendices, you ain't going nowhere. I want to ask you, do you like all of Yandy's friends?
No. No, not at all.
Can we get who it is that you really can't stand in real life?
Nah, because
she might be watching.
She this is true.
Because we got mutual friends now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want to create no bad blood.
And do you prefer having friendships with other couples, or are there some singles in your midst?
Some singles and other couples. It's both.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? Because see, I be telling my husband, we need couple friends. I don't want him out with his single homeboys. I don't know what they doing, and then he fall into that.
So Yandy used to want us to hang out with married couples so we could be inspired, and she still do that. So, I think it helps.
Yeah, we had a date night last night with another couple, and it was good, right? It's a younger couple. Queen Naja and Clarence, they came over last night. And we just had a real good time. And it's crazy because even though we're so different in age,
we got so much in common.
The issues I got with him, same issues she got with her man. And we were able, and she was talking about love language and how we need to get this book, Love Languages. And this younger couple was schooling us about, well, really him, about how he needs to understand my love language.
But you don't understand.
Yes, it's so true, though. It's so true.
Yeah.
Get that book, for real.
Get the book, babe.
Get the book. Well, it was nice checking in.
Yes, it's good to see you, Mendices.
Good to see you. And you look amazing.
You as well.
No, I love watching you. I've been a fan for so many years. Like, I ain't never seen no
Thank you,
that
King.
more real than you. Then you could write the book on keeping it real.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Medicis. I appreciate that.
Take care.
Bye, baby love.
All right.
Bye. Hey, Yandy, let me ask you something. I want to do something before we get out of here with you. And this is what I like to call Tammy's Fast Five. Okay.
Okay.
Really quickly. What's your most used emoji?
You just broke up. What's my more what?
What's your most used emoji?
Oh, this face right here. You know that face. I use that face for everything. Oh, I'm tired. All these kids is driving me crazy. Girl,
I think I used that one a lot too. Either that or the angry face. What did you name your first car?
What's what?
What did you name your first car?
I've never named my cars ever. I've never named my car. I named my wigs, but I don't name my cars.
You didn't name your car. Okay. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Oh, I absolutely love still. But childhood though, I don't know. I don't remember childhood, but let me make sure he's gone.
Yeah, check your
Laz Alonso, baby.
We're out of town. Laz.
I love Laz. That's my celebrity crush.
Okay. And now I already know. They want me to ask this question, but I know what it is. The favorite item you've received this year. I saw it with my own eyes. I know what you're gonna say, but go on, tell the people.
My most favorite item was the gift that my husband gave me.
Yes!
Surprise gift. I was not expecting it. I had a dream car that was on my bucket list when I was retired, old and rich, and that was a Rolls Royce Dawn. And he surprised me for my birthday with it. I couldn't believe it. I'm still in shock.
Baby, I was like, he did that.
He did.
Like, I'm the type of person that sits back and congratulates everyone. Like, some people see somebody get something, be like, I'm that chick that's like, yes, bitch, you ready? He did that. I was in love with the car.
I was so excited. I was in shock. I was like, girl, is this for the night? Like, I kept thinking like, oh, you got me for the night. Like, we're going to drive around for the night. And when he was, because he cheap.
It's yours. Is he cheap?
So my dog is like, can I get in? So when he pulled up, I was walking by it. Like, I saw something in my peripheral and I was like, that ain't me. And he was like, nah, that's you. And I even said to him, like, for the night? He was like, no, it's yours. Like, it's yours. I'm like, what? So every day I just be looking in the garage like, this is mine?
Oh man, Yandy, I am so like legitimately and genuinely so happy for you. When I said earlier that you are an inspiration to me, I really meant that. I thank you so much for sitting down with us today. And where can people find you? And let us know where they can find the Yell Skincare really quickly before we get out of here. Let them know.
I keep everything really simple. It's the name I get checks in. Yandy Smith on Twitter, Yandy Smith on Instagram, Yandy Smith on Facebook. And Yell Skincare is just that, at Yell Skincare or www.yellskincare.com.
I love it. Thank you, Yandy.
Thank
Please
you.
come back to my show.
Congratulations on everything.
Thank you, love. Thank you. I appreciate you. Listen, thank you so much, Yan. Stay tuned, people. This is Get Into It with Tami Roman. I just spent an amazing, how long? I wanted to go longer, however many minutes it was, with my beautiful sister friend, Yandy Smith-Harris. But she's out of here now and we're moving on. Up next is my Power Minute. So you guys stick around because that's coming up next, along with Ask Tammy, in case you want some advice from me. Welcome back to Get Into It. I'm Tami Roman, and as promised, it is time for Ask Tammy. Look, I love watching the videos that you guys have sent in, so make sure that you keep them coming. But right now, let's get to today's question.
Hey Tammy, I'm Sherry McCray, and I have a question for you. So a friend girl of mine, we're actually going into a business partnership. I put down a non-refundable retainer, and the remainder of it has to be paid within 15 days. My girlfriend, she is coming up with the remainder of the funds so that we can solidify the transaction. We have a mutual friend, And she spoke with the mutual friend and let the mutual friend know that she actually loaned the money to her boyfriend because he got into some legal trouble. So she's not sure if she will have the other half of the payment, but she swore our mutual friend to secrecy and said, please do not say anything to Sherry because I don't want her to worry. I'm sure I could come up with this money. Now, the mutual friend has said, listen, I got something to tell you. Honey, I got some tea, but you gotta promise me do not tell such and such. So now I'm just to the point like, okay, I had this non-refundable amount of money and it's not a couple $100s. I need to figure out what's gonna happen between now and the next 15 days that she's gonna pay the other half to solidify this transaction so we can move forward with the remainder of the business process. My question to you, I know our mutual friend that she shared this secret with and has not told me yet, my business partner, she has not told me yet. She has told our mutual friend, please promise me you won't say anything to Sherry. Our mutual friend told me anyway. So now I am at a crossroad. Do I still say something to my business partner friend anyway? Because I just want to kind of nip it in the bud and say, hey, if you don't have the money, even though it's non-refundable, I can find another source, find another investor, sponsor, whatever. Should I say something anyway? And should I let her know what she told her as far as lending the money to her boyfriend? Let me know something, girl.
Oh my goodness. See, this is what happens when we go into business with our friends. Okay, so this is what I want to say. Couple of things that you asked advice on, and so I'm going to try to remember and cover all bases. Regarding the friendship aspect and one friend telling you, even though the other friend said don't say anything, and your question was, should I say something even though the friend told me not to say nothing? To that, I'm going to say this. Do you care about the friendship? Because now you violated the friend code to a certain degree, right? When a friend comes to you and says, I'm just giving you a heads up about something, but please don't say anything, and you go say something, then you have to be prepared for the repercussions of that action, which is now they probably both going to be mad at you because the friend who carried the bone to you, okay, who shouldn't have said anything anyway, but she carried that bone to you. When the bone is brought back, she gonna be mad at you and turn the friend that the mutual friend who's loaning the money to the boyfriend, she gonna convince her that you're in the wrong in this situation. So if the friendship matters to you, don't say anything. And let me tell you why. Little later on in the video, you said, I need to make other arrangements. Should I let her know that I know so that I can go on and make other arrangements because my deposit is non-refundable? So if the outcome is going to be that you are going to go on and find this money and make other arrangements anyway, then why jeopardize the friendship? The gal done loaned the money to her boyfriend, okay? And she didn't have enough respect to honor this business arrangement that you guys have, which I'm guessing there's no paperwork between you and her that would have held her accountable to giving the money to you and not her boyfriend in the first place. So if you're going to go out and find the money, just go ahead on and do that. Just go ahead. In 15 days, you don't need to wait for 15 days to figure out if she's going to bring the money. She ain't going to have it. That's what I'm thinking. So find another source so that you can still honor your commitment since you're not going to get your money back. And then in 15 days, she's going to come and tell you about the boyfriend and you would know the information anyway, which means now you haven't jeopardized the friendship with the friend that brought you the information in the first place. And that's just it. I don't think that friends should be in business together. I just have never crossed that bridge with my friends, especially when there's money involved, because I get mad about my bread. So if it's not a situation where we can have a contract so that everybody's held accountable, I just don't do no fly-by-night business with friends, because they always fall back on the friends and let the business go, which is why you're in this situation. But I hope I was able to answer your question. Summing it up, you ain't gonna get your money. Go find it somewhere else. And don't jeopardize your friendship over information that you're going to find out in the end anyway, and you know the answer to. If you want some advice on your relationship, your family drama, or a personal issue, come on, send me a video now. Email it to asktammy@foxsoul.tv, and I will do my best to give you all of this that I got inside. But up next, I have a quick tip on how you can handle the haters. The Power Minute is next.
You ever wake up mad at God? I mean, fighting mad at God. I mean, you're sitting back, why not this? Why not that? Why can't I? Why? And you're like, are you listening, God? Because there's just so many whys that I need answers to. And then you have to go, well, who woke you up this morning? Where do you reside? What's in your bank account? And when are you going to get the answers to all these whys? When he says, in his time. Because let me tell you something. If you stand on his word and reside in faith, you understand that all things are going to come to pass in his time, not yours. I mean, your arms are too short to box with God. And once we realize that, I mean, that's a fight you're not ever going to win. But he's got you covered. He understands what you need. He's waiting on you to be thankful for everything that he's already provided, and then he can start handling up on these whys you're so concerned about.
Oh my goodness, I feel like I should have a choir in the back. With the man on the keyboard. Yes, that was a word. I hope that filled you up, okay? Listen, thanks for hanging with me today. I enjoyed you immensely. Special thanks again to my guest, Yandy Smith-Harris, for stopping by. And I'll be back tomorrow at the same time, and we'll get into it with Jody Watley. Is life better single or married? I can't wait to hear what she has to say about that. But stay tuned, because Worth a Conversation with Jay-Z is coming up next on Fox Soul.